What is up, guys? We're taking drives back again, ready to do some work on the Datsun. Today, I think we're going to go ahead and get started on building out the fuel system. It's the next thing to get this stuff running. As I mentioned in a previous video, I still got to finish up repinning these wires to fit onto these coils. I'm missing one coil, so I'm going to go buy another one. But I ran by the metal shop today and I grabbed a couple of these square tubing so I can build a bracket, weld a bracket into the back of the trunk to mount the fuel cell. I also got some hose to hang, and yeah, so it's a mess back here. Yeah, I have some tail pieces and stuff, but one thing I did was I cut this panel out, anticipating this. And my plan would be weld some braces from here to here, and I'll mount the fuel cell on top. So that would be something along the lines of that in the middle, as long as the hatch closes. Well, this may be a little hacky, but so my plan is take this tubing, come across the top, and cut it here and make a bracket for both sides. Then I'll build some tubing upwards and hang it to the frame of the car. Then I'll bolt through on each side to just fix it here. Yeah, that's what I think I'm gonna do. Somehow I get it in the car that way. I think it'll look all right. So let's get to cutting. So I went to Harbor Freight, or actually Tractor Supply, grabbed some steel, drilled some 7/16 holes. I also drilled out the holes for the fuel cell to 7/16. So as you see, these can fit as so in between there, and these will get welded to the frame. So far, so good. Let's keep going. As you can see, here's my mounting solution. It's got these tabs. I've drilled them out and drilled this bar out. So 7/16 fits perfect. Now then I'll join the welds here, or maybe in the center. Maybe in the center would be better. But let me work on the other brace, and that will connect the fuel cell to the car, and then when I figure out a different solution for that. But so far so good, looks pretty good. So here's the crossbars mounted. What do you guys think about that? So the next piece would be like to weld on the inside of these bolts here, tall wise, which will then connect to the frame this way. But I do have to watch out for these, as these boys might get in the way. So I have to line it up and see how to do this next. So far so good though, I'm feeling more confident as I do this. So I cut this piece of steel, and it fits just perfect. And so I'm thinking I'm gonna weld this in on the corners. I don't know if you can see that or not. weld this in on the corners there. Same down here, and that will basically fit crosswise, similar to that. So then I'll weld the pieces here and there, and it'll be in there. Sweet. Alright, I got all the pieces cut. I got 4 of these pieces that I will be welding here, here, on the back side, here, there, and there. And then I've got these mocked up. They're just kind of hammered in place right now. These 2 bars that will work as the, what are those things called, like in the ceiling? I guess it's like kind of like a rafter or whatever they're called. So I'll weld them from the underside, and they'll hang down. The top of the cell will fit flush with the top there. So I'm just going to do some final measurements and then start tack welding it all together. Alright guys, here's the finished product. I'm gonna paint it also, but yeah man, it looks pretty dope. Fits the fuel cell just perfect. Move that out of the way. It's not the prettiest welds, but I grinded them off and they're gonna be painted all white, so it'll look alright. Fuel cell, I'm gonna polish it up. It's got some nastiness on it. It's been sitting for a while. And then I'm going to run some safety straps underneath of it, bolted through these single bolts, so that'll keep a little extra level of security. So let's get this cleaned up and painted, so it'll be looking good when I put the fuel cell back in tomorrow. There it is, boys. All painted up. Next only thing left is put the fuel cell in. I'll wait for this to dry up and I'll stick that in. Alright guys, it's all buttoned back up. And there's the final product of how it came out. I painted it, it's nice and dry now. A little overspray, this is all going to be covered up. Mainly for rust protection. Underneath, you can see, looks pretty slick, just a little bit peeking out of the bottom there. Just being held on by the 4 bolts here on either corner. So next time we will be running fuel lines, making some AN fittings, getting everything from Summit, and wiring all that up. So heck yeah, man, it's coming along. Till next time, I will see you in more work on the Datsun. Peace.